back again with some more World Cup fever, class of '90s World Cup edition. This time, let's break down some of our competition for that World Cup trophy. Who's really in the first game? Who's really been showing that there's something to worry about?
I mean, listen, the group stages or the first round of games of the group stage is basically done, right?
Yeah.
England played yesterday. So we can talk about, most of the big hitters now, which I think is only right. So where should we start? I think, the first big game, in my eyes, and apologies to some of the other nations, is Brazil versus Morocco.
The first no-show from a big team. I think that's probably the only no-show where it's like, whoa, what's going on there? And I don't want to be Mr. Chelsea again, but I know my boy João Pedro sat at home thinking, if I was there, it looked like a team that's playing with a Brentford striker up front.
Listen, Pedro would have been sent home by now.
Nah, bro.
Would have been sent home by now.
You can't turn up to the board card with a Brentford striker. You just can't do it.
I get that, but this is the thing, right? He's a Brentford striker that scored over 20 goals. And you can't ignore you.
I'll ignore him, bro.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean, but at the end of the day, sometimes you actually have to go with form over quality. And that's what Ancelotti did, and I think it was the right decision. I genuinely think it was the right decision. Starting him was not the right decision.
So you should have started Endrick, you think?
I think you should have started Endrick or Cunha and then had him coming off the bench as more of an impact player.
Yeah.
I genuinely think he should have started that way. But honestly, I thought the game was a fantastic game. First half, Morocco, they looked absolutely fantastic. They looked electric. Yeah. They were looking like Brazil. Literally, yeah. I was thinking to myself, what is going on here? They're literally all over them. They were killing that midfield.
But Morocco have been on this trajectory, low-key, where it's they're getting a little bit better. Obviously, whether they got shagged or whether they got cheated at the AFCON, that's a whole nother debate. Yeah. But I think they've got a lot of players that are playing in top leagues in Europe. I think they're Africa's probably most established team right now. They've obviously got to the semi-final last year. Whether they can go one step further this year, I doubt it. But it was looking like a real put-together side. I think that Saibari that scored the goal, he's signing for Bayern Munich.
Yes, he's ready signed for them. Yeah, he's ready signed for them.
It's a team with names and team with talent, clearly. But I don't know how far they can go.
I think Morocco looked excellent from, start to finish. If I look at every single player on their squad, they all played their part. From Hakimi, who kept bombing forward, really great captain, to people like Mazraoui that I'm looking at and I'm like, why isn't he starting for Manchester United? What the hell's going on there? I just see my man lock up flipping Rafinha on one side, went to the other side and tried to lock up flipping Vinny as well, and I just felt like both of their wing-backs had such a good game. And I saw a side in Mazraoui that I don't usually see for Manchester United. He was bombing forward, he was creating chances. Yeah, he looked really good. But the person that really impressed me the most was that 18-year-old that plays for Lille.
Yeah, solid.
He looked really good. Yeah. He looked really good.
And bear in mind, he's playing against midfielders that are respected midfielders in there.
Yeah.
He was looking like the star rider.
Yeah, so. The first time I'd watched Bawadi play was, I think Lille had played against Real Madrid and he was up against people like Modric and he looked good. Yeah. And I remember that game, I think that game finished 1-0 to Lille actually. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, this guy looks really good, only to find out that he was 18 years old. So, listen, he's announced himself on a World Cup stage. Every big team now wants him. And it was a joy to watch. Shout out Vinny for obviously bringing him back in the game.
Great goal
wonderful goal. And what a better time to do that than when one of the best right backs, in the world had literally gone for, a wonder and literally lost the ball, right? So, he saw an opportunity where Hakimi wasn't there and he took it. And to be fair to Hakimi, before that and for the rest of the game, Vinny didn't really get much out of him. But I think for Brazil, they definitely need to refine their midfield. And I love my boy Cass, but that, playing Cass against an 18-year-old was giving me flashbacks of when teams used to run through Manchester United midfield. So Ancelotti definitely can't make that mistake. And up front as well, he's got to change it up, surely.
Yeah, no, he's got to do something up there. I think play Endrick in there. He's your young superstar, you know what I mean? He's the kind of player that I think the young G's are really turning up for this tournament, isn't it? So it's let my man get in there. I don't know. Brazil, I think they were a bit underwhelming. So
First game.
Expecting big. It's the first game, and it doesn't. Argentina lost their first game last World Cup. So
and went on to win it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean everything, but for what I was expecting or what I was hoping to come from this Brazil side, I'm a bit.
Let's see, more to come. So looking at other big teams that also disappointed. Spain,
Cape Verde.
Spain
disappoint? Or do they need to test that goalkeeper?
Stop that, man. Poor finishing.
Bro was on a mad thing. I swear to you, he was he deserved to cry after that match. Cause
do you see he got I think it was 6 million followers.
No, now he's on 12 million followers.
Do you see how many baddies he's on? Broski got a bit of face.
It's 100.
Oh, what?
And do you know what it is? Deep in the guy's 40, bro.
What? His wife's probably thinking, what's going on? He's just following. Bro, he followed 2,000 girls or something.
My life's changed. I'm not the same guy.
He says, nah, man. Yesterday's price is not today's price, Pete.
I bet he's going to go have some blunders in the next game or something. That was Spain, big game. Do you know what I mean? I was a bit... in fact, I wasn't disappointed. I was expecting a bit more from Yamal when he came on, but... You get subbed on, you got 20 minutes left to play, the team's already... sometimes in these games against small teams, the longer you go without scoring...
The more desperate you get.
Yeah.
The more desperate you get.
Everyone starts losing there a bit, you're trying to force it. So it's I don't think we should read too much into it. I still think Spain are going to go far. I just think it's a matter of their star boy went on the pitch.
And Yamal still, he's coming back from injury.
Yeah,
he's not fully fit, similar to Saka, for example.
Yeah.
Although they're not on the same level, by the way. I'm so sorry.
Just me.
Fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
But what I'm saying is that they're both coming back from injury. They're two players that are obviously going to play their way into the starting lineup in the next few games, I can imagine. But honestly, I think... it was just one of those where it was just destined that game was going to finish in the From the time I saw Ferran Torres hit the bar from literally 2 yards out or 5 yards out, I knew that game was going to finish in the You just knew it was going to be one of those games.
And sometimes it's written like that, especially when it's these nations this is their first World Cup in years or this is their first ever World Cup. It's they're so up for it. It's such a big occasion. I think it's just they deserve to. They're gonna get something out of this game, innit? So it's I think Spain just need to put that behind them. At the end of the day, Nico Williams didn't start either.
Yeah.
So it's when you look at that starting 11, it was far from their most.
It wasn't that great.
It wasn't starting 11. So it's I think they'll put that behind them. And I wasn't as worried watching Spain, or as worried for Spain as I am for Brazil. Innit? I think Brazil and to look at the big mistake.
Although, listen, some viewers out there may say, why would you say that for Brazil, who are playing almost the African champions, supposedly African champions, versus Cape Verde that, aren't even that great, right? But in my opinion, I just feel like I'm more worried about that Spain performance. Because for me, fair enough, you're getting up to speed, but then there's other teams like England that have beat, Croatia in their first game. Brazil, that Brazilian team, they all haven't played together for a long time. Thiago hasn't, that's his first tournament, for example.
And his last, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Maybe.
I guarantee you he's never going to a World Cup again.
Maybe, but I just think, I think people have these big expectations for the Brazil team. But at the end of the day, they're an aging team versus the Spain team. Actually, they have a lot of youngsters. So it's I listen, there were people that lost bread on that game. I saw one guy, I think one guy got 1 million for Spain to win, and he got fuck. I think he was only going to get 85k back. Do you know what I mean? So listen, at the end of the day, they were fully expected to beat them, and they should have. So yeah.
On to the point that you just made about the teams that they're actually facing. I think sometimes it's harder to be the big team in a game against Cape Verde than it is again, because Morocco, as much as Brazil was favourites maybe in that game, Morocco are a very good side, and they're going to play. They're not just going to sit back. Cape Verde weren't trying to play at all in it. They're on a team where it's we're going to defend this goal, all 11 of us, with our lives, and you're not going to get that many teams. The smallest teams will play like that, but that's the smallest team that Spain will probably play. And when they're playing against the bigger teams, they're going to come out a bit. You're going to have more space to play.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just going to be a bit of an easier game.
Yeah, I agree with your point, but I'm going to use the next game to basically offset what you said,
100%.
right? And this is Germany versus Curacao.
Curacao, yeah.
Curacao, sorry, not Carousel. Curacao, but they beat them 7-1.
Yeah,
and again,
yeah.
that's what a big team should be doing to a small team, you know? They wiped the floor with them. And the thing is, it was 1-1 at some point, right? You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, if Germany are doing that to that team, then it's like, come on, Spain should have wiped the floor with them. And I think Germany's squad is not as good as, is nowhere close to, well, yeah.
It's good though.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But player for player, I don't think they're better than Spain, for example.
Yeah,
you know,
I hear it, innit? I think Spain probably are better, but I don't know, man. That Germany
looked good. Germany
it started
looked
off with like you might even think, okay, especially when they equalize, think maybe it's gonna be one of those games that's tough, innit? And then next thing.
But that's what a big team does. They demolish those small teams and they
Yeah.
make it known that, listen, we're not here to play. We're not here to run no joke. You get me? Like, so yeah, no, big up Germany. I thought, you know, Havertz played well, but again, it's difficult to give too much credit because at the end of the day, it's, you know, the opponent's not really that big. But then you look at Spain's performance and I have to give them credit, of course.
Yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, you get some credit, but and then it's like with a pinch of salt, where it's like because sometimes that performance gets you overly gassed, and now it's like you're going to the next game, and you don't even maybe the next game because pretty much you're qualified now, innit? And then you get now into the round of 16, you face one of these teams. Let's not say one of the bigger teams, but these teams that are like the mid-level ones, like a Sweden, Czech, maybe even Czech Republic. These teams that are they're just tricky to play against. I think everyone in this World Cup is going to be tricky to play against, innit? Even those Uzbekistans and that.
Of course.
They're all showing a little bit of something where like anyone can score a goal. So I think it's going to be a bit tricky.
No, it's exciting times, but you got to remember, football is a confidence game, and them winning 7-1, taking that confidence into the next game will really help them. Looking at other confidence teams or teams that have gained confidence from their first game, let's talk about France, man.
We have to talk about one man in it, and it's not Mbappe.
It's not him, definitely not him.
It's man of the match, Michael Elise. The fact that this guy was in our academy and we let him go, like honestly, it burns.
You guys almost signed him, didn't you?
Yeah, like we've had chances to have Michael Elise wearing that Chelsea shirt. We've let him slip through our fingers somehow, and now
world class.
He's world class. Like,
you know what?
Without a doubt.
A colleague of mine, he basically said to me, he was like, listen. He's a Crystal Palace fan, and he basically said to me, Elise is leaving Crystal Palace to go to Bayern. When he gets there, he's gonna put up Mbappe numbers. And I was like, listen, chill out. He's a good player, but I'll be honest, I never expected that, you know, he would be like this massive superstar in the short time that he's been at Bayern. And now he's showing it on a world stage. For him to be showing up people like Mbappe, Dembele, Doué, when these guys are showing that, okay, you know, they've had a long season and they're not as fresh, and Elise is pulling the strings. He created two chances for Mbappe, and Mbappe should have scored both of them. The second one was out of this world, because I think you could see Dembele telling him, yo, play it back. Do you know what I mean? He was telling him start again so we can rebuild. He said, nah. He said, make a run, slipped it in. What a guy.
I think his quality, that's a Ballon d'Or level like talent.
1000%.
Like he's got it, and then he's got the arrogance to go with it. It's honestly a shame to think in another world, at least he could have been playing for England and Chelsea.
True.
And yet now I'm watching him play for France and Bayern Munich. But I do also think...
Yes.
I think he's got it in him to, like, at some point, want to come back to the Prem, innit? You know, my man...
maybe.
He wants to be the best of the best, but if it's not the Prem, it's Real Madrid. Wherever, that guy's getting to the top.
Yeah,
you know? He's at the top.
He's going to the top.
He's in the conversations with the Yamals, and he's like, don't talk about the best right wings if you're not mentioning Elise still.
And I think I just want to highlight France's defensive frailties, for example. But a small side of me, I actually saw Senegal and I was like, this is actually a good team. I looked all over the pitch and I'm looking at their players and they all play for these big or even decent teams, like these well-established European teams. And man for man, play for play, they actually looked quite good. In the first half, they stifled France.
Jackson looked like he'd got a little something.
They should have scored. You know, you look at Sarr's chance, he should have scored that. And usually Sarr's actually a good finisher, so I was quite surprised he didn't take that. You know, your boy Jackson, you know about Jackson.
Yeah,
you
man.
know,
It's just not working that timing sometimes, isn't it? But he's there.
I thought he played well.
Yeah, I think he played very well. I think any Chelsea fans watching now would have been thinking, yeah, no, he could come back kind of thing, innit? I think he just needs to, sometimes just that finishing touch in terms of your finish or like holding your run for that extra second. But I think he'll get goals in this tournament. And I think Senegal will actually get pretty decent. And also on that defensive frailties, I don't think it's the defense. I think it's that keeper. I honestly, I really don't rate that guy still.
Yeah, but we know what you think about black keepers. You know what this guy...
Because the keeper on the other end...
Even the Mbappe goal...
You might tell me, please.
Let us know what you think. I think
should Mendy save that?
I think it was a great goal. I think it was a great goal.
Good strike.
It caught the keeper out, you know, because he took one touch, which basically took it into his path, and then he struck it.
Yeah, but how is the keeper catching you out from that far? You've got so long to see that ball.
The power, bro.
And bear in mind, it's not like the Croatian one where it's going through bodies. There was one man trying to block it. That guy didn't block it. Mendy.
I think it's harsh.
Nah, man. Mendy, he made some big saves as well before that, which is what disappointed me about that even more. It's like...
So you look at Mbaye's goal, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Maignan should have saved that?
Yeah, I think he should have done better as well. I think he should have done better as well. Like,
the power!
The thing is, the power in that hit, and I think maybe... part of it is what Joe Hart is saying, isn't it?
He saves
getting caught.
He saves that. You're gonna be saying, "Oh, that's a great save." No. You will. He saves that. You're like, "Oh, that's a great save."
That guy can't trick me in it. You got lucky. I've been fighting against this guy because Chelsea fans have been on bringing money into the bridge, innit?
I think he's good.
No,
I think he's one of the better black keepers. I would say.
It's not hard to do, is it?
No, I actually rate him. I don't think he's the problem, but I think with their defense, and again, I'll give a bit of shout out to the attacking players from Senegal, but I genuinely do think, with France's defense, certain teams can breach that for sure. Do you know what I mean? Like, but then again, a lot of the teams I've seen so far, the defense doesn't really look that great. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Let's see. There's not really many world-class defenders in this World Cup, in this World Cup. Or maybe that's just because the attacking is like, really high level, really good. But I don't know. Let's see where France gets to. It looks like, they're probably going to beat Norway now. And they're probably going to beat, I think it was, who was the last team?
Norway.
Was it Iraq?
It was
I think it was Iraq.
Or Iraq.
Yeah, it was either, I think it was Iraq.
Not the racism thing, but
Yeah.
I can't remember which one.
Easy to get mixed up.
Yeah, speaking of that game, because that's another heavy hitter that turned up. The boy Haaland getting his first 2 World Cup goals.
Oh man, it was inevitable.
World Cup debut and that.
It
actually was inevitable, innit? Like, there's no doubt about it. That guy that put that 1 mil on Spain winning should have put 1 mil on Haaland scoring, even maybe scoring 2, because it's like you actually can almost guarantee that Mohamed was going to get a World Cup goal in it. I don't know how far they'll get. I think they've actually got a decent side. That new show was looking good.
Yeah, no, you look dangerous.
They look like they've got something. Sander Berg, I think they got as well.
Odegaard as well.
Yeah, I don't know, like. They were talking about, the commentator kept saying, if he's got 4 more World Cups and that, Haaland can maybe become the top scorer. But I think realistically, he might not even have 4 World Cups. They don't qualify for every World Cup.
Yeah, especially with a competition in Europe as well.
Yeah.
But honestly, you can only beat what's in front of you.
Yeah,
he scored against opponents, and I thought he played well. I watched the game, I enjoyed it. And the thing is, the other team actually gave it a go as well. To be fair, they actually gave it a go. So it was a good game to watch. Another good game that would have been good to watch, but I was sleeping, was Argentina versus Algeria.
Messi was watching Mbappe and Haaland the night before. He saw him score 2 goals and said, say less.
Yeah, say less.
I can't lie.
People are forgetting about it.
As someone that's usually a Messi hater, when I woke up and saw man back the hat trick,
I was like, fair play. And I love Ronaldo. Like, I do you know what I mean? Like, on a no homo tip, I love Ronaldo.
Fire for that.
But it's a thing where, honestly, waking up and seeing Messi do that, I was just like, I felt like when I woke up, it was almost like I was just going to start saying, Messi, Messi. I was like, wow, 39 years old and you're doing that, bro. And the finishes were crisp. Yeah, especially the last one was, he rolled back the years. Do you know what I mean? Where he gets to the edge of the box and you just know he's inevitable. Yeah. You just know where that's going to nestle in. Like.
Even that second one, it was a tap-in. One of the best tappers I've seen.
Yeah.
The way he sent the keeper.
Followed it up.
Questions on another keeper, Lucas Zidane. Are you there on the nepotism thing? I think so, innit? It's a nepotism case, that one, but it's Messi at the end of the day, isn't it? Like, he's unstoppable.
I did watch the full highlights, by the way, and to be fair, he actually denied Messi from scoring like another 2 goals as well. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to say he played well because, he obviously conceded 3 goals and one of them was a blunder. But at the end of the day, he did pull off like a few saves as well. But Argentina, they still look strong. I wouldn't say I'd written them off, but I didn't think they were gonna be as good as they are.
I didn't think Messi had enough in him.
Same. I thought Broski's like, do you know what?
Yeah.
I really want my World Cup.
Might be. I feel like maybe in the last World Cup, Messi carried but their players were like decent enough,
Yeah.
like to come along and win it. This time, I think maybe Messi's gone down just a little bit, but those players around him have gone up a level.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like the players are a bit more established, experienced. So together, I think they can put together a good little charge.
Honestly, and I think Messi's one of the greatest finishers, right? So as long as you give him that ball in the right position, he will score. He had one opportunity that was offside. He had scored from that. He had another one, like almost like a one-on-one that the keeper said. He could have had like 4 or 5 goals in that match, So it's like you can obviously see that every time Argentina get the ball, like you said, the players are better now, but the key is they're finding Messi more and more. Do you know what I mean? They're finding him more and more. So Argentina is one to watch. Quick word Nigeria, I was a little bit disappointed, to be honest. I did think, they've got a few decent players that could do something, but yeah.
But I was hearing people saying like, oh yeah, their golden generation is done.
It's done,
yeah. Like Algeria's, I think their moment's come and gone. Morocco are now like, the giants, and Senegal are doing their thing. Ivory Coast look decent. So I think Algeria's thing is like, without Mahrez these days, there's not much playing. I think Ibrahim Mazza had a decent little cameo in the game, but yeah, I don't think I'm expecting much from them at all, to be honest.
Yeah, looking like they're going home.
But going from Messi, there's only one place to go naturally. He didn't reach Messi levels, unfortunately. But I think you said it with Messi, innit? Everyone's giving him the ball, and my boy Ronaldo's getting accused of that, doing the same thing, which I don't even think Portugal do, innit?
They're not feeding Ronaldo.
I think there's an agenda against Ronaldo. There is
110%.
Like he's some Homelander villain and he's doing this.
I genuinely don't like that. I genuinely don't like that. I'm seeing people like Kevin Prince Boateng saying stuff like, if Ronaldo was a team player, he would stay on the bench. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? You dizzy, bruv!
Yeah. The first time I rated Roberto Martinez was after the game. They asked him, why didn't Ronaldo come off? And he's like, you need a goal. You're not going to take off the greatest goal scorer in history of football. Like, it doesn't make sense as a movement. And as dumb as Roberto Martinez is as a manager, even he can see that it doesn't make sense.
He is Portugal's biggest downfall, and because tactically he's not that great. I looked at the starting 11 and I was like, I'm not sure about this, He took off Mendes and he put Semedo on. And I was scratching my head like, what is this guy doing, bro? Like, how do you need an attacking player to come on, and you're putting on Semedo over like maybe say the likes of someone like Dalot coming on? I don't understand. Manchester United fans, some of them may cook me and say Dalot, but Dallow's done more than Semedo's done over the last like few seasons. So that one I don't really understand. But listen, there's more to come from Portugal. They had a good start, and then again, they conceded a goal. Great goal, by the way. Great header.
Yeah,
great header.
There was 2 great headers in that game, to be fair. Because John Neves,
He's
got a good header on it.
He does.
I don't know how he gets them, but fair play to him. But Wissa's header was actually brilliant. If you want to think about it.
It was cold.
Celebration from Congo as well.
Wacko as well. But listen, Ronaldo, keep your head up. Like, everyone's come to the party. My man's outside still queuing.
Yeah,
but
he's trying to make sure
his turn will come.
Together,
his turn will come. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's only, Messi's only got 3 goals. Ronaldo scored a hat-trick in the World Cup anyway. So, but again, that's the Ronaldo we're talking. So
has he got it in him to get over the line? And
I think he does. He's just come off the back of winning a trophy with Al Nassr.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? This is World Cup, bro. It's in Saudi.
Yeah, but people that are scoring in Saudi are scoring in the World Cup, bro.
Yeah, I hear it, but you just think the levels that Messi has to drag them. I don't think the Portugal team. I don't think they need to do that, to be fair. But I think all of this noise around, like, Ronaldo's an issue. I think it's just going to be.
It's noise.
It's going to be a bit much.
And I'm hoping that doesn't. Listen, Ronaldo's got a strong personality, so I don't think that's or strong mentality, should I say? So I don't think that's gonna play too much in his head. But I just think, Portugal as a team, they just need to be a little bit more cohesive, which I'm surprised because they've been playing for a long time, man. Yeah. Come on, boys, lock in, man. Lock in for Ronaldo. Let's win this World Cup, man. Get me? Listen, right now, I'm running on sleep deficiency.
Everyone's there.
I'm trying to catch as many games as I can. I was up until, I think it was like 1:30 watching a Ghana game. Do you know what I mean? Like, so at the moment, I'm having the time of my life. So long may it continue. But yeah, first few games so far, within the first round, I've been very impressed, and hopefully they can keep up the same level quality of football, especially the strikers, because the strikers are really striking at the moment. You get me? They're really bagging. So long may that continue. But yeah, let's see what the second round of games has in store for us.